In today's world, dating profiles have become a central part of how we meet new people. Whether you're using a dating app or browsing a social platform, you've probably encountered countless profiles. Some are genuine, others not so much. As a Sigma, you value authenticity and independence. And this can make navigating the world of online dating more challenging than it needs to be. You're not someone who's easily fooled, but it's still important to know what to look for, what to watch out for, and how to avoid falling into the traps that many people do. In this video, we're going to dive deep into deception in dating profiles from a Sigma perspective, helping you spot the red flags and steer clear of the fakes. First, let's talk about the concept of authenticity. For you, being real is non-negotiable. You don't like to play games or put on a mask to fit in. And that's the mindset you should bring to online dating. But unfortunately, not everyone shares your perspective. Many people use dating profiles as a form of self-promotion, and this often leads to exaggeration, distortion, or outright lies. It's easy to get swept up in someone's perfect photos and carefully crafted bios. But you need to dig deeper. What you see on the surface isn't always the full picture. Remember, when someone is trying to present an idealized version of themselves, they're doing it for a reason. It's not always malicious, but it's often a sign that they're trying to hide something. One of the first signs of deception in dating profiles is the use of heavily filtered or edited photos. Let's face it, everyone wants to look their best in photos, but there's a difference between enhancing a picture and completely changing your appearance. You've probably seen profiles where people look completely different in real life compared to their photos, and it's a huge red flag. If someone is willing to manipulate their image in such a drastic way, what else might they be hiding? As a Sigma, you value authenticity above all else. And that starts with the person being upfront and honest about who they are, not pretending to be someone else. If their photos seem too perfect or too good to be true, chances are they're not. Another common deception you might encounter is when someone's bio is overly vague or filled with cliches. You've probably come across profiles that say things like, "I love adventures, just here to have fun," or "looking for something real." These lines sound nice, but they tell you very little about the person. People who are truly interested in connecting with others will be more specific about their likes, interests, and what they're looking for in a partner. If a profile seems like it could belong to anyone, then it probably isn't reflecting the true personality of the person behind it. They're likely trying to cast a wide net, hoping to attract as many people as possible without giving away too much of themselves. As a Sigma, you know the value of real, meaningful connections, and vague profiles aren't going to give you that. Don't be afraid to move on if you can't get a feel for who they really are. Next, we have the issue of contradictory information. Have you ever come across someone whose profile says one thing, but their actions or messages say something completely different? It's frustrating, isn't it? You'll see someone who talks about being laid back and easygoing in their bio, but their messages are demanding and pushy, or they might claim to be looking for something serious, yet only want casual encounters. This type of inconsistency is often a sign that they're trying to present themselves in a way that they think others will find appealing, but deep down, they're not being honest about what they want. As a Sigma, you're highly attuned to these inconsistencies because you can sense when things aren't adding up. Trust your instincts and don't let these contradictions slide. If someone's words don't match their behavior, it's a huge red flag that should not be ignored. It's also important to be wary of those who seem too eager to make things move fast. Some people will try to create a sense of urgency in a relationship, whether by pushing for quick dates, insisting on making plans right away, or even moving into the "I love you" phase too soon. This can be a tactic to rush you into an emotional investment, and it's a form of manipulation. They want to control the pace of the relationship so that you're caught up in the excitement and unable to see things clearly. As a Sigma, you like to take things slow and steady. You're not about rushing into anything, and that's a healthy mindset to maintain. If someone is pressuring you to move faster than you're comfortable with, take a step back and evaluate their intentions. The right person will respect your pace and not push you into something you're not ready for. Another tactic you need to watch out for is the too perfect profile. We've all seen those profiles where everything seems too good to be true. The person is highly accomplished, always smiling in photos, and their life seems flawless. While it's tempting to be drawn to perfection, remember that no one's life is as perfect as it seems on social media. People who are constantly portraying themselves as flawless may be hiding their true selves behind a facade. They might be trying to impress you or give you a false impression of who they are. If someone's profile feels too curated, too polished, or too good to be true, it's worth taking a closer look. Perfection often equals deception in the dating world, so don't be afraid to question what you're seeing. You might also encounter people who are overly secretive, especially when it comes to their personal life or past relationships. This could be a sign that they're hiding something, whether it's a messy breakup, past mistakes, or something more serious. They may try to deflect questions about their history. In any relationship, transparency is key, and if someone is being evasive about important aspects of their life, that's a huge red flag. As a Sigma, you value honesty and self-awareness, and you know that a relationship built on secrets is destined for failure. So, if someone keeps things vague or refuses to talk about their past, it's time to question their intentions. Lastly, it's important to look for patterns of behavior that suggest they're not being truthful. For example, do they often cancel plans at the last minute? Do they keep making excuses for why they can't meet in person or talk on the phone? If so, they might not be serious about connecting with you. They could be juggling multiple people or hiding something from you. Patterns of inconsistency and excuses are clear signs that the person isn't being genuine. As a Sigma, you know how valuable your time and energy are, and you shouldn't waste it on someone who isn't treating you with the respect you deserve. If someone is consistently unreliable or dishonest, cut your losses and move on. Dating in the modern world can be challenging, especially when deception is so common. But as a Sigma, you have the ability to spot these red flags early and protect yourself from falling into the traps that others often do. Stay true to your values, trust your instincts, and don't let the perfect profile fool you. Look beyond the surface and pay attention to the behavior and actions of the person behind the profile. After all, authenticity and respect are the foundation of any meaningful connection. So take your time, stay patient, and only invest in relationships that align with who you truly are. Because when you do, you'll be one step closer to finding the right person for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share because you will learn tons of information in the next video. Stay smart, stay authentic, and stay true to yourself.